Okay, so it always feels weird not wearing headphones in a video. But anyway, today we have the third installment I've done here of my favorite top 20 songs I've done throughout the year. This year, of course, being for 2023. I always say it and it sounds bland to say, but I react to a lot of great music. I mean, a lot of what people request is the best of a band, the best of an artist. So it's always hard to do this, to whittle it down to 20, but I do have some honorable mentions I want to mention here. Yeah, I guess that's why they're mentions. And, I just want to say their names. I don't want this to be too long, so I'm just going to say them and then move on to the top 20. So anyway, I do have notes, so I feel like I'm doing a presentation. I'm in school again or something. Anyway, so we have Bronski Beat, Small Town Boy, REM, What's the Frequency, Kenneth, Cranes, Shining Road, Steppenwolf, The Pusher, Radiohead, Street Spirit, The, Uncertain Smile, Yes, Roundabout, The Shins, New Slang, The Box Tops, The Letter, Elliott Smith, Needle in the Hay, Slow Dive, Allison, Filter, Take a Picture, The Libertines with Time for Heroes, Morrissey with The Father Who Must Be Killed, and Now I Am a Was, and The Pogues, Fairy Tale of New York. Now, I just want to say, though, with The Pogues, my most watched video this year was Stay by Shakespeare's sister with over like 5,000 views. And the Pogues reaction I did like a day and a half ago already has over 6,000 views. I don't know if it was shared around or what the hell happened, but looking at the views, I was just shocked. I was like, what the hell? Because, I don't get that many views on a video like, just like that. So anyway, I'm grateful for that. I just have to say, because I'm just gobsmacked at what that video is doing. So anyway, I don't know what's going on, but thank you very much. And, most of the comments are nice. And my God. Anyway, so going to the top 20 now with number 20, Shakespeare's sister with Stay. So there we go. And again, looking at my notes here, Marcella's voice is magical. When you think she can't go higher, she does. And just her voice paired with kind of the contrast of Siobhan, who has kind of a darker voice, and that's the whole point of the song, really, the dark, and then there's the light. Marcella represents more of the light, and Siobhan's more of the darkness, and it's so theatrical, it's so dramatic. I just love their chemistry together. And again, somebody said, I think a few people actually said in the video, my reaction to it, that Siobhan was apparently drunk during the music video, which just makes me like the song even more and the video even more. And again, I love their chemistry, and I love just how beautiful it is. There's so much emotion to it, and it's just a great performance by two great women. That's where we start off, number 20. So then number 19, The Prodigy and Firestarter. So when I heard this first, I was thinking this might be near the top, but again, there's so many different songs, I'm just like, I guess it's not. But at the same time, I still love the song. It's such a danceable song. It's so dangerous. Keith Flint's voice on the song is so boisterous. He's so, like I said, dangerous. He's a fire starter. He doesn't give a fuck. No regrets. All this stuff comes to mind. And again, almost kind of reminds me of something like Johnny Rotten, just with his voice and just how gruff he is, and just how kind of off his rocker he is, I guess you might say. And again, the guitar samples on it are just perfect. And again, it's a song that makes you want to move, and it's a song that just has so much flair, and again, so much emotion to it. And again, Keith, just no one else could deliver those vocals like Keith could. And again, rest in peace to him, because he passed not too recently ago. So anyway, there we go with The Prodigy. Firestarter at 1918. We have Keane, Everybody's Changing. So this song is a song that grew on me throughout the year. Going through the, making this list, going through the songs, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this song now. And listening to it over and over again, I realize how much I love it. Again, it's a song that, listening to it as like a young adult, and I feel maybe at any age you can feel the nostalgia with it. But yeah, just as somebody who was 25 and thinking about everybody's changing, and trying to find your place in the world, and just Tom Chaplin's kind of higher emotional vocals on the track really just hit deep as well. And I'm just looking again, his lifts, his emotion, they're just uncanny. And obviously too, it's a piano kind of rock song. It's more based around the piano, which is just groovy too. And something you don't hear too much of. Usually you think about like a guitar oriented song or something, but the piano here was just so vital. And Tom's voice over is just beautiful. And again, it's a song that makes you feel, and just his high voice on that chorus and everything, just, like it almost makes you cry sometimes. I mean, my God, at least for me, if I'm feeling very emotional, like, I guess, but I just love that song. And so there's Keane with Everybody's Changing. So then 17, we got Martha and the Muffins, I apologize, and Echo Beach. Now, when I heard this song too, you know, there's those songs you react to and you think this song is going to be on that list. I'm going to like the song for a long time. That's what happened with Echo Beach here. And I just have to say too, looking up the song and looking up the band again, I just love to see that apparently they chose the name Martha and the Muffins. Maybe I said this during the reaction, but again, I don't remember everything I say. But at the time in 1980, you know, during that time, there were so many different bands with heavy, you know, aggressive names. And apparently the band wanted to go a completely different way and, you know, chose Martha and the Muffins because there was 2 Marthas in the band. And so, yeah, and that leads me to say, you know, Martha Johnson's voice on this is just, I mean, she's undeniable. Her voice is so distinct and she's so, like, there. I don't know how else to say it. You know, she's such a distinct voice and it's just so cutting too. And it's just new wave, you know, a slice of new wave greatness. I mean, my God. And I love the meaning of the song too, you know, talking about how you'd rather be anywhere else. You know, you'd rather be on Echo Beach, you know, which is just kind of a made up place, but you'd rather be somewhere else when you're at work or whatever the hell, you know, when you don't want to be somewhere and you think about where else you'd rather be, you know, your happy place kind of a thing. And also I wanted to say this, you know, searching up the song, you know, it's so groovy and everything, and catchy as hell, like I say. But Martha Johnson, I learned too recently that has Parkinson's disease, and Parkinson's disease, I couldn't say it or something. And she has done work with the Michael J. Fox Foundation, which I love. And, you know, again, Martha Johnson is Canadian. Martha Ladley is Canadian. And yeah, anyway, it's just such a great song. And the band is great too. So yeah, I like that, I like that song a lot. So goddamn catchy. So go to 16, another Canadian, you know, band here. The Barenaked Ladies, my God, and Be My Yoko Ono. So it seems like every Barenaked Lady song I do is going to end up like on one of my favorite lists or close to it. I just love the jumpiness. I just love Stephen Page's voice. And again, people have said before, I think there's a comment like, why is he reacting to his own song? Because, you know, people think, you know, I look like Stephen Page just because I'm kind of, you know, big and I got the glasses, basically, I guess. But anyway, I wish I could be Stephen Page. I wish I had the money. Anyway, and I just love Stephen Page's voice. Again, he sounds so friendly. He sounds so warm. The band, again, it sounds, I don't know, for better lack of, you know, of words, whatever, it sounds so Canadian. It just sounds, like I say, friendly is the word that really, really comes to mind here. And again, I talk about, you know, the narrator basically talks about the narrator is willing to give up anything and everything to be with the one he loves, kind of, you know, talking about with how John and Yoko were. And again, you know, a lot of people, some people dislike Yoko Ono, but obviously John liked her a lot. And I like the line in the song talking about how, where Steven says, you know, he doesn't like how people, you know, hate on Yoko. And, you know, and again, I heard, again, that Yoko liked the song, but she said she does like If I Had $1 Million More. So, so I've always thought that was kind of funny. But, again, it's just such, you know, a short tune. It's so danceable, so happy, so lifting. And that's just, I love that from the Barenaked Ladies here. And Stephen Page's voice just always does something to me. So there we go. So 15. We have the Mock Turtles and Can You Dig It? So this is another one. You know, this band, I guess, this kind of like a one-hit wonder, this being their one hit. And I can see why it's a hit. I mean, again, I should listen to more of their stuff just to see if I like anything else, I guess. But this is so, you know, from the spiraling guitars right off the top, it's just, I don't know, there's so much to take in. And I just love the way it feels. And like I said, you know, so guitar-oriented. I love the video. Martin Coogan in the video is just kind of straight-faced the whole time. But, and again, his voice is just pure bliss, as I put it here, too. It's just so light, you know. And it's a song, you know, I always like to look for the meanings in songs or whatever the hell. But this is a song that you can just vibe to and just love. It's so good, and it's just easy to get into, easy to, you know, listen to. And like I said, I just love the lightness to it, how it feels. And there's kind of a nostalgic feeling to it, too. And I mean, again, that seems like a theme here. Just any song that makes me feel nostalgic just gets to my emotions, and I just love it. But again, yeah, I know the band didn't do, you know, this was, again, like their only hit, but I loved it so much. And it was a song that stayed in my head throughout pretty much the whole year. So, yeah, so there we go, Mock Turtles, you know, giving them their due. They were very good on this one. So then we go to number 14, which this song, I don't know, it's not a well-known song from, you know, a very well-known band. It's a B-side, but we have Blur and Beach Coma. So somebody suggested this like over and over, I think, and I was like, fine, I'll listen to it. And again, because the song wasn't very well-known and all this stuff, but I just love the sleepiness to it. I love the dreaminess to it. I love how Damon sounds like he's asleep, like he's just done with life or something. But at the same time, he's obviously, he or either the narrator of the song is infatuated with somebody, And I just, again, I love the feeling of just how, how, it's the dreaminess. I can't say it enough. And I go on to, it's, Damon, again, he just sounds hot because he is hot, especially in the 90s there. Dave Rowntree on the drums here, like I say, really comes through too. I love the little breakdowns he has in there. His fills are just perfect. And, again, it's just, I don't know what it is about the song, because again, it's not a well-known song, but it's kind of a surprise to me that I like it so much, but I just love how it feels, and I haven't gotten over it throughout the whole year. So yeah, Blur and Beachcomber, it's a song that needs more people to listen to, I think. I just really love it. I mean, my God. But anyway, number 13, we have The Replacements and Can't Hardly Wait. The more I listen to Paul Westerberg's just gruff, in-your-face voice, the more I love him. I mean, my God, I love his style. I love his sound. And again, one of the best songs I've ever reacted to is Unsatisfied, which is just, I mean, just pulls at your heartstrings, goddamn. But anyway, and he sounds so good here. I love the video, the black and white to it. And again, I talk about it in my notes here. How rough he sounds, how emotional he sounds. You can just feel him just coming through the speaker. He's speaking to you. And of course, Alex Chilton, who was in the Box Tops, which I mentioned, the honorable mentions, who has just such a great voice himself, my God. But he's on guitar here from Big Star and the Box Tops, of course. Anyway, the band was apparently very fond of him, really liked his stuff, and him being on the guitar here was great. And again, it's just a mellow kind of lovey song. I mean, my God, and I just can't get enough of it. I can't hardly wait to hear it again, for God's sakes. And again, not too long of a song either. And just the way Paul can sing about being unsatisfied or just sing about being in love, it's just, I love the way he can do it, and his voice just fits it all. And my God, I just love that. I love the band. The more I hear of the Replacements, the more I love them. So anyway, I'm saying anyway every time here. Goddamn. So next, with 12, we have Björk, I guess I should say, and Venus as a Boy. So I think I said before in the reaction, but I've heard like parts of the song, but I never listened to the whole thing until the reaction. So I did, and goddamn, I loved it a lot. It's ambient as hell. And Björk, I should say, because that's how you're supposed to pronounce it, I guess. But with Björk, she always, even today, is into so many different genres. She progresses all the time. She's always progressing. I mean, now she's like almost 60 or in her 50s or something like that, and she's still using new sounds and everything. And of course, here she was really infatuated with Bollywood, I guess, at the time, and just everything she incorporated into the song. But no matter what she incorporated, her voice is always going to be the focal point. It just, she sounds so youthful, and she sounds so unique, and I hate using that word, but that's what you sound. There's no one I've heard sound like fucking Björk. Again, talking about how the song basically talks about a boy who sees the beauty in things that not everyone sees the beauty in, and it's just, I don't know, I just love it so much. And like I said here too, it's almost like you're floating, especially when you have headphones on, and any song you listen to from Björk. It feels you go to a different place if you close your eyes or whatever the hell. And so I just love this one, Venus as a Boy, and her delivery is just uncanny. It's just unparalleled to so many different people I listen to. One of the greatest, female artists of all time. One of the greatest artists, of the last, however many decades. She's been singing for a long time, so I really enjoyed Venus as a Boy. Anyway, then we go to number 11, Jim Croce, Time in a Bottle. Jim Croce is a guy that my dad, I should say, I don't know why I said father, usually I just call him dad, has talked about before. He talks about, he's talked about Jim Croce to me, and I never listened to him until the channel here. And my God, I don't know why I waited so long. Jim Croce has one of the best singing voices, one of just the rawest, honest voices I've ever heard. And, he passed away. And again, that's the whole point with Time in a Bottle. I think it got big, it's been in many different like films and such. It was big on TikTok, I guess, at one point too. And for good reason too. And I'm glad, either way, Jim Croce is getting, more listeners, and more people are learning about him. And because he was such a great singer and such a great guy, I mean, too, you hear about what he, his life too. And anyway, I just talked about on my notes here, just to say, it's extremely moving. And because he, talking about how you don't have enough time for, everything you want to do in life, basically. And how he just passed away not too soon after, recording this song. So it's just, it's so hard-hitting, like so heart-wrenching, just like that, because he's talking about all these things he wants to do, or how you don't have time for those things, because, time is your worst enemy, and then he passed away in a plane crash, like the next year or something like that after this was released. And it's so sad. Yeah, it's just so sad and so tragic. And then that hits your freaking heartstrings. And of course, Maury, I forget his last name now, Maury on guitar here, who passed away in the plane crash too, was only 24 when he passed away, and Jim being 30. He's so good on the guitar here. Like I said, it's just so raw and simple and honest. And every time I listen to it again, it just evokes emotions from you, and at least out of me. And almost wants to make me cry again too, because I think about how Jim passed away. And I think about, a lot of people passed away, in your life or whatever. That's what comes to my mind. And just so moving, so good. And Jim Croce, I've just come to love his stuff. So anyway, again, just such an emotional track. So then we go into number 10, halfway now, Split Ends, and I Got You. So this is a song here that, again, it's a song that I feel like probably people kind of forget about. And it's a song that, honestly, I kind of forgot about. And I was like walking my dog one night, and all of a sudden a song was in my head, of just that chorus, and I was like, what the hell song am I even singing? And so I looked it up, and I was like, oh, right, I remember doing this now. And so I Got You from Split Ends, and there goes my dog now. But anyway, and of course, Neil Finn, who sings the lead on this one, would go on to form Crowded House and become the lead singer there. So I was thinking, well, people wanted me to listen to the man here, his old band here, and I was thinking, I don't know, maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't. And then, to come and find out, was one of my favorite songs of the year. And I just love the video. I just love his high vocals. That chorus, just like I said, stays in your friggin' head. And what else did I say here? Such a catchy tune about an obsessive guy in a relationship that's basically bound to fail, basically. And Neil sounds so paranoid on it too. He just fits it perfectly. And again, he would go on to, more great success with Crowded House, but this song here, goddamn, it stays in your head. That's the whole thing. It's an earworm, and I just love the sound, and I love the sound of the band, and for the time here, Split Ends. I couldn't get enough of the song over the year. My God. Anyway, just such a great goddamn tune. One that stayed in my head through the whole year. And then we have number 9, Kate Bush, Babushka. My God. So this song here, basically talking about, teasing your husband, just, test his loyalty, I guess, dressing up as somebody else, making up a character, this babushka character. And as Kate actually put it in her own quote, she said, it's just good, naughty fun. And if Kate says it's good, naughty fun, then goddamn it is, it's good, naughty fun. And just the video, it's so hot, so sexy, obviously, steamy as all hell. Kate, at this point in her career, was just so successful, and her voice was just so high and unique. Again, I use that word, but I can't think of another word to use. But I just love it so much, and like I said, it's plain to say, but the reason that it's really here is because it's so damn catchy, and just that whole babushka, 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 that just rings through my head every goddamn day. And so it had to be here. So yeah, Kate Bush again. She's on the list again. I think last year she was in it too, with Running Up That Hill. But I love this one. I can't say it enough. Kate Bush, one of the greatest talents I've ever listened to, and a person that I didn't listen to until the channel. So I'm glad people requested her. Number 8, Ian Dury and the Blockheads. And I think I'm saying that right, like Jury, because people got on me for that. Anyway, Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick. Now, I listened to actually another one from Ian here, which I should have put in my honorable mentions because I love this song, which was Spasticus Autisticus. But anyway, this one here, Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick. Like I said in the reaction, he almost reminds me of like Lou Reed, just from his voice, from the glasses he's wearing in the video as well. He's obviously a captivating figure. And in this song, it's got funk, it's got reggae, disco, rock, whatever your flavor is. This song seems to have it. And it's a song that makes you move, and that's kind of what the whole meaning seems to be about. Just no matter where you come from, obviously, Ian went through a tough life after contracting polio as a kid, and being handicapped, and you could see it in his walk. He had to use a cane and all this stuff. But at the same time, it's just kind of celebrating your differences, or celebrating who you are, no matter what your problems, or no matter your language, whatever, because music at the end of the day is a worldwide language we all know, and we can all still come together and sing and dance or whatever. And what else did I say say here? But yeah, again, just talking about celebrating your differences and being different and being able to come together because of the music. And like I said, despite being, in a bad condition, his disability didn't define him. And again, I talk about that gruff, just deep voice he had. And this song, once I listened to it, again, it was a song that I knew would be on this list. And it's a song I've listened to many different times. And again, it's just so groovy. I just can't get over it. And just that video just stays with me too. And again, you would think, maybe he'd feel sad for himself just because of his condition or whatever the hell, or be down in the dumps. But Ian did so much and, produced so much music. And was just an inspiration for so many different people. So yeah, I love that song so much, and that's why it's in the top 10. So then we go, and this is where the top 7 here was hard to fucking break down, because these lists, a song could change its spot at any time. My God, I can't talk. But anyway, number 7, we have a song that's really close to my heart, which is The Associates and Party Fears 2. And I'd say it's close to my heart because I uploaded the reaction to this on the day that Alan Rankin passed away. I recorded it a few days prior, and then, uploaded, scheduled its upload, and then I put it up, and then people started saying, Alan just passed away today. And I was like, what? It was just so weird. And so then that song just kind of, again, kind of left me stunned with how he just passed away. And, I was just, again, kind of just lost for words. And I was like, I just listened to the songs. And of course, Billy Mackenzie passed away. I talked about that in the video. And, just to hear about his last, years, and how, he was kind of depressed, and how the song basically talks about his fears, talks about, it's kind of autobiographical. And it's just, I don't know. So yeah, I talked about Billy in that, and Alan passed away too. It's just, so that just stayed with me, and the song will always be kind of close to my heart because of that, because of just the way it went down and how he passed away on the day I released the video. And then it was just weird to me. I don't know. But anyway, and like I put here, Billy's voice, it's almost operatic. It's so goddamn moody. And I've never heard anyone, reach the the high notes that Billy does in this voice, or in the song. The piano is obviously so vital here. And again, I love how apparently they had the song, they were hanging on to the song for a while, but they knew not to release it because it just wasn't the time, punk rock and all this stuff was happening. So they released it, I think, in 82, and it just went off, at the art pop kind of, time that it was. And, they were just so smart for that, just such intelligent boys. And, but yeah. And, and I basically go on, they were smart as hell. Mackenzie's last year, again, make me sad. But again, I'll always remember him. I'll always remember Rankin, just again, because I don't know. It was so weird. Again, I can't say enough how they passed away, or how Alan passed away after I did the reaction. And I was just like, what the hell? But anyway, yeah, love that song, and it will always stay with me. So yeah, Party Fears 2 from The Associates there. So then we have number 6. Yeah, number 6. My goodness. XTC, Mayor of Simpleton. Every time I do a list, every time I listen to an XTC song through the year, it's probably going to be on that list, one of the songs I listen to from them. And that's no different here with Mayor of Simpleton. Again, it's just such a... Andy Partridge just speaks to me. This is the thing. Andy Partridge, his voice is just so calming to me. I love it so much, no matter what he's singing, no matter, if it's complicated game or he's just so aggressive and everything, he just speaks to me there, and I just feel, I'm on the same page as him, my God, and, or Dear God, or anything, I love everything I've heard from this, or from him, or I like his work in Grass, of course, which I think Colin, again, sang the vocals on that one. But yeah, love it so much. And talking about Colin Moulding here, I do know that Partridge really wanted Colin's bass. He wasn't always like this, but on this song, he was very particular, and he really, told Colin how he wanted the song to be, how he wanted the bass work to be. So, just to know there was so much work, obviously, and again, that happens in a lot of songs, you put a lot of work into a song, but to know here that, Andy was really trying to get Colin to play one way because he wanted this to be perfect. I mean, it just adds so much, to the story of the song. And what the hell else does it say here? Again, it's just, he sounds so happy and loving, Andy does on the song, talking about basically a guy who's not that educated, kind of seen as dumb or whatever, but at the end of the day, he knows one thing, and that's that he loves, his partner. He loves you. And again, just that chorus is just it's beautiful. I mean, my God, and it's relatable for so many different relationships. And I don't know, it's a song that I just really love from the band here. And what else did I say here? My God, yeah, relatable as all hell. And again, they're one of the best bands I've found through the channel, XCC. And yeah, so anyway, I think that's all I have to say for XCC, Mayor of Simpleton. But again, just what an earworm of a track. It's another song that I kind of forgot about and came back and I was like, oh yeah, right. My God, Mayor of Simpleton. And started listening to it again and again. And, again, it stayed with me and that's why it's in the top 6 here. So then we have at number 5, he shows up again here, Jim Croce, and You Don't Mess Around with Jim. So again, with obviously Jim being named Jim and the song being Don't Mess Around with Jim, it's, it fits very well. And it's just such a great story. I mean, Jim was such a great storyteller and it's raw, it's honest, it's bouncy as all hell. Maury again on the guitar here is just perfect. And again, I say simple because there's just, I don't know, there's not a big, there's no big other instruments. It's just really acoustic guitar based and really relies on Jim's honest as all hell voice. And I just, again, love the story here. You're captivated from the beginning. And and again, and like I said here too, immediately hooks you. It's jumpy as all hell. But it's a song I listen to a lot in the car. And I know I love a song and I know a lot when I listen to it in the car a lot, and this is one of the songs where I did. And so You Don't Mess Around with Jim, I knew it was going to be near the top of this list. And again, everything I've listened to from Jim Croce has just been beautiful and magnificent and great. And he didn't have enough time to write a bad song or to perform a bad song. So yeah, again, just I can't get over it. His early passing, it just sucks so much because he had so many more hits than him left. I mean, it's just nuts. But anyway, yeah, there we go. Jim Croce and Don't Mess Around with Jim at number 5. Number 4, we have the Hives and Walk Idiot Walk. So the Hives, another kind of garage rock band. The revival that happened in the early 2000s. Just, I love everything I've heard from the Hives this year. I mean, my God. And, kind of foreshadowing there. Because I listened to another Hives song during the year. But yeah, Howlin' Pelly's voice, like I put it here, is just so goddamn sharp. His passion, his anger is unparalleled. And how the song is basically, because it really speaks to him talking about, and his emotions fitted because talking about, how you shouldn't just blindly follow, I guess, other people, critically, use your critical thinking, and just, kind of be yourself in the same way too. And also, I have to also mention Nicholas Arson and Vigilante here on guitar and rhythm guitar, respectively. Just do so much work here to make the song even more dangerous, even more sharp. And I have to also say the video is captivating as all hell. Love when Pelly walks up the wall and, just the white room they're in the video too. And, these guys, you can't say they're never not energetic. They're never not, just gonna, you never know when Pelly's just gonna blow up. And I just love their passion, their emotion, and Pelly's just boisterous voice, as I can put it, energetic voice, and just their style. They're one of the best bands I've come across too, the Hives here. So yeah, oh my God, I love that song so much. And now we're at the top 3 here. So my top 3 was very easy to decide. I knew that off the bat, but it was hard to figure out where should they go. So here we have number 3. It's one of John Peel's favorite songs. It's a song that made him cry. It's a song that has a line that's engraved on his headstone. It's Teenage Kicks by the Undertones. When I first heard this track, again, it's so nostalgic. And this is apparently John, why he loved it so much and why he cried, I guess, when he would listen to it. He would think of his wife and he would just think of, all the time they've spent together. And again, it's a nostalgic, emotional song. And when I hear a song like that, I guess I'm going to love it. Like I said, it's kind of a theme, nostalgia. A lot of these songs on this list are kind of nostalgic. And again, just talking about teenage love, just talking about just being a teenager. And, I think about not having too much responsibilities. And just what a time it is, especially with teenage love. You think you're going to last forever, but usually you don't. But obviously John, I love his wife so much, and they lasted quite a while, and until his passing. And again, just to have the line, I think the line is "Teenage dreams so hard to beat," which is what is engraved on his headstone. I mean, that shows how much he loved the song right there. And again, I talk about Fergal here. Fergal's kind of almost straining voice, and just how he delivers these lines. And it's a song where there's not too many lines. They repeat the lyrics. It's sang twice basically. But at the same time, it's a song that just makes you feel. And it's a song that speaks to so many different people. You don't need a bunch of lyrics. You don't need the song to be 5 minutes or whatever. They're in and they're out, and it just makes you feel so much. And the video too, I just love it. It's colorful. Fergal again just gives off so much passion, and I love it. I love it so much. I mean, that's why it's at number 3 here. And it's a song I've listened to so much throughout the year. It's a song that I haven't forgotten about. So anyway, I just love that so much. And like I said, John loved it a lot too. My God. So then we have number 2, and it's freaking Squeeze Up the Junction. So this band, I listened to Cool for Cats as well, which is a great song as well. But Squeeze Up the Junction here, just the way Glenn Tilbrook doesn't take a friggin' breath when he delivers these 6 verses talking about kind of a somber story, a story where a guy basically ends up with nothing, loses everything. And I don't know, Glenn's voice is so, again, I talk friendly. He sounds so friendly. And just from the opening drums, I'm hooked. I mean, my God. And just listening to Glenn, just being captivated by his every word. And like I said, he never stops. He just keeps going and going and going. It's just like, I don't know how he doesn't get out of breath. I've been doing this video for like so long now, and I've had to take a few pauses because I get out of breath. But here, Glenn Tilbrook sounds like he could just go on forever. But yeah, it's mellow. It's so piano oriented, I would say as well. The piano was such a big factor here from Jules Holland, of course. What the hell else did I say? And the line that sticks with me most, I have to just remember this too. And I don't know, I guess it's because of Glenn's delivery of it, and it's just a line that speaks to me too, I guess. But I love the line every time he says it. Every time I listen to it, it just makes me go, oh my God! But when he says, I beg for some forgiveness, but begging's not my business. Maybe it's just the way he pronounces the B's, but just I beg for some forgiveness, but begging's not my business. It's just, oh my God! I just love that line every time I hear it. And like I say here, I don't know why I love it so much, but every time I hear it, I just have some kind of audible gasp. And the song, I knew when I listened to it, it was going to be near the top of this list. And so I thank you so much for people who requested Squeeze, because I love this song so much. And it's just a song that stuck with me throughout the whole year. Listen to it in the car, in the shower. God damn, it was a great song. My God. But it was number 2. It was not number 1. So number 1, I talked about them earlier. And again, I know I hate having, songs from the same band, but that's just how it goes down. It's the Hives, and it's Hate to Say I Told You So. So I talked about earlier too. When I listened, and I just talked about it too. When I listen to a song in the car a lot, I know I like that song a lot. And I just loved putting this song on, rolling the windows down, and just cranking it. I mean, my God, because just the erraticness to the song it's dangerous. Again, it's sharp. It's everything the Hives are about. And as I put it here, it's one of my most. It was also one of my most played songs of the year. From YouTube Music. That's what they told me anyway. And I talk about, I know it's a song I like because, I listen to it in the car. It's dangerous, a lot of self-confidence here. It's an arrogant, self-confident kind of fuck you to the rest of the world. And again, how the song starts off, it's just, you're waiting, that anticipation, waiting for Pelly to come into the song and just blow up and just, go nuts with his voice. And of course, there's that bass solo from Dr. Matt Destruction. And in the video, how, everything's frozen. Everybody's frozen except for him. And he's just playing on that bass and just like, holy fuck. Again, and his mustache, his hair, everything, they were just the sight of them. They look like a rock band. They look like guys that are there to, mess things up or whatever. And I just love this so much. And again, like I was talking about, the video was so good. Pelly from the beginning, where he comes in and you just see his head in a circle or whatever. And and I just love that. And again, the video is just so fun and so colorful. And what else does it say here? His voice, especially near the end, he basically like blows up. It's orgasmic as all hell. And as I put it, I just love the Hives. That's what I've come to know. I just love the Hives. I love the song. Love the danger. Love the passion. Again, just how nuts this song can be. And it's a song that, if you're in a bad mood or whatever the hell, it's a song that you listen to and just, get fired up or just get, pumped up to. And I knew this song was probably going to be my favorite by the end of the year. Just again, because of how many times I played it. And Yeah, so anyway, I love the Hives. My God, I love this song so much. So yeah, and again, I thank somebody, whoever requested this, because goddamn, it was very good. And the Hives, and I just love, I follow them on social media and stuff, and just the way that I don't know who writes their captions or whatever, but they're just so like kind of blasé about everything. It's just, we'll be performing here if you want to come, kind of. It's just kind of a thing, and I just love their style like that. But yeah, I love that. I love the Hives. And I had to put Walk Idiot Walk, and I hate to say I told you so on this list. It had to be there. But yeah, so that was my list. And I do want to say, just for, why not, the best song, my favorite song I've ever reacted to is still Complicated Game by XTC. I don't know if that'll ever be overtaken or not, but that remains to be my favorite song I've ever listened to. So yeah, so thanks for watching throughout the whole year. Thanks for, suggesting songs. I mean, that's what this channel is all about. That's where I get the suggestions, the requests. Thanks for the likes, the comments, the, people subscribing. I mean, my God, like I said, that Pogues reaction I just did has over 6,000 views, and I'm just, what a way to end off the year. Holy shit. But yeah, again, thank you for everything. I mean, my God, that's what the channel is all about. This was the best year for the channel. By views, by watch time, by everything. Subscribers. I mean, I got my, email from YouTube or whatever the hell to talk about, to show the statistics, and it's just wild, to have over 5,000 subscribers now. Again, just standing in my room, talking to my phone, with my dog usually behind me on the bed. I mean, licking herself. So, yeah. And, just, for, to be here just because of the music, this is not about money. This is not about, I don't make money, whatever. Everything's copyrighted, but I don't care. The whole point here is just to listen to songs and listen to music I've never heard. So yeah. Anyway, all that said, thank you again so much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. That was my list. I apologize if I didn't mention, a song you like throughout the year or what. But yeah, thank you again, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.